Roll up, roll up. Step this way to the P Brain Show. Roll up, roll, come one, come all. This is the place you're looking for if you're searching for fun and laughter. Hit that thumbs up on your way in. Roll up, roll up. I see Apple Tree Urban Homesteads in the audience. Come take your seat, ready for the P Brain Show. Don't forget to hold your sides to stop them splitting when we get to the joke section. Welcome to the P Brain Show. Roll up, roll up. I see Diane Phoenix in the audience. Roll up, come one, come all. If you're looking for fun, come this way, because you have now entered the P Brain Show. Hello everybody, welcome to the P Brain Show. This is my live on Mondays for laughs and different sections, something for everybody. And this is P Brain Show, and on Wednesdays it will be my normal lives. Desert Adventures in Arizona, hello there. Hello there. So this is the P Brain Show. So we'll put that there. And we're going to start with the first section. There's going to be lots of different sections. They will change and some will stay the same. So we'll get right on into it. So the first section I'm going to call jokes, quotes, puns and fun. And I'm pretty sure this will be in every Monday episode. So let's get on with those jokes. I know that's what you're here for. So first joke of the day. Brian was really stressed out as his wife had gone into labour. He phoned the hospital. He said, "My wife is having contractions. Should we come now?" The receptionist said, "Just try to relax. How much time is there between the contractions?" He shouted to his wife, "How much time is there between your contractions?" 10 minutes, she replied. 10 minutes between contractions, he shouted back down the telephone to the receptionist. "And is this her first child?" said the receptionist. "No, you silly woman," he said. "This is her husband speaking." Hi there, everybody. We have Mo Bangs P.O Box. Hi there. Nice of you to drop in. We're doing our jokes first today. So we're starting on our joke section. Okay, next joke I've selected for you for today. "I almost went to jail today." "Were you scared?" "Heck yeah. Those Monopoly games get pretty intense." On to our next one. "I always wanted to be a somebody, but I guess I should have been more specific." Well, we've got lots of laughs going on in the section, in the chat. Lovely. So who's laughing the most? Who's got the most emoji laughing? By the way, if you didn't see my Wednesday live, we actually did a really fun game. I made up an emoji game. It was so funny. So you need to check that out. And if you want to see what the participants won, then you have to go and look on their channels, because I've put in their channels what it is they've won. So you have to see who won and then see what they got. I might do that again another time. So have a look. If you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, next joke. "Well, if I took it out..." Oh, sorry, I started at the bottom. It's because I put a post-it note on it. I started where the post-it note was. Joke's on me, guys. Okay, from the top. It works better that way with a joke. "Sally walked into the dentist to make an appointment. How much do you charge to pull out a tooth?" $100, said the dentist. That's rather expensive, said Sally. Can you do it any cheaper? Well, without the injection, I could charge $80, said the dentist. Thinking emoji face. Is it not possible to do it any cheaper, said Sally. Well, if I took it out with a wrench, I would only charge $5. Ah, perfect, said Sally. I would like to make an appointment for Tuesday for my husband. Like that one. I like the simple jokes. You know me, simple life, simple jokes, simple me. Next joke. All full of laughing emojis. That's great. I can hear you. I can literally hear you. In a school fire drill, the teacher said, "Everyone, be quiet." Is she afraid the fire will hear and come after everybody? Joe and Dave are hunting when Dave keels over. Frantic, Joe dials 199 on his cell phone and shouts, "My friend has just dropped dead. What shall I do?" And the soothing voice on the other end says, "Don't worry, I can help. First, make sure he's really dead." After a brief silence, the operator hears a shot. Then Joe comes back on the phone. "Okay," he says, "what do I do now?" It's pretty good. I have two more for you. I've always got jokes. I've got plenty from my book of happiness that I make. When I wake you up, you get cross with me. When I don't wake you up, you get cross with me. Oh, I hate being your alarm clock. Oh dear. I hope you like that as much as I do. Looks like it. Okay, one more joke for today. A man breaks down. His car breaks down near a monastery. When he's there, every minute he keeps hearing a strange sound. And it's exactly on every minute. And the monks at the monastery said, "Well, your car's going to need to be here a long time to be repaired. Don't worry, we'll repair it for nothing, but you'll have to stay overnight." So he says, "Okay." So they put him in one of the single dormitories and he lays there. And again, every minute he hears this really, really strange noise, like nothing he's ever heard before. He goes up to one of the monks the next day and he said, "There's this really strange noise. I really can't tell what it is. Can you tell me what it is? I'm really intrigued." And they say, "Sorry, no, you're not a monk, so we can't tell you." He's very intrigued. So he says, "Well, how can I quickly become a monk?" So they say, "Well, you can go to that big hillside there and cut all the grass for us, but you have to use nail scissors, and then we will make you a monk." "Great," he says, "I'll do it. I really want to know what this noise is." And all the time he's cutting the grass with the nail scissors, he keeps hearing every minute on the dot this really strange noise. And he can't work out what it is. So he thinks, "I'm going to follow the sound." So he goes down the steep steps into the crypt. He goes along a dark passageway. He finds a large key and he unlocks great big wooden doors. He goes down a dark corridor. Then he sees a big chain link padlock on a huge iron door. But luckily, he can see the key, so he opens that. Then he finds a trapdoor, and he has to go down the trapdoor. He lights an old torchlight, and he continues down there. And when he gets down there, he can hear exactly where the noise is coming from. And the noise was, oh, I can't tell you, you're not monks. Hello, Thailand Adventures and Garden. Nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you very much. Now we'll go on to the next segment. Hello, Desert Adventures in Arizona. Nice to see you. Oh, you're all getting it now. Oh, yes. They couldn't tell him what it was unless he was a monk. Okay, so we're going to have a segment now, and we're going to call it Blast from the Past. And this will be anything to do with the past, whether it be my memories or we talk about something. This is what this section will be. So today, Blast from the Past, I was actually watching the most recent Doctor Who, and they're bringing back, I don't know if any of you watch it, but they're bringing back a lot of the old creatures and what do you call them, like the baddies. They're bringing all of them back, but they have changed a lot of them. And I do actually have, because I was very much into John Pertwee when he was the Doctor Who. He was the Doctor Who of my era. And I actually met him, and I got a magazine from him and a few other bits and pieces. And so this is from, it would be the 70s, this magazine. I don't know if there's a date. It says the 10th year of BBC One's Great Adventure series of Doctor Who. It's a special. There must be a publishing date somewhere. Oh, 1973. There we go, 1973. And it's interesting because some of the monsters and creatures come back, and they're not how I remember them. All right, things like the Cybermen, they explained they were different and why they were different, and it showed their evolving. And the thing I don't like is that the Daleks can now elevate. I don't like that. That's not what it was all about. That was the only way you could get away from them. That's got a bit silly. But this last episode I watched, they had the Sea Devils. Now, I didn't remember the name Sea Devils, but I remembered the creatures. And I said to Mike, this isn't like they were. So I got the magazine out to look. And if any of you are watching it or able to watch it, this is what they actually look like. I said to Mike, no, I remember they had like string vest on. And in the modern one, they don't have the light, the torch, and their heads are a bit different. So I was quite interested to go back through my magazine and see this. So something shouldn't be messed with. It's like when they make sequels of films. Hello, Lavender for Luck. Thanks for coming over. Thanks so much. Catch you later, Mo Bangs. Thanks for dropping in and letting me know you're there. Thank you so much. So if any of you are into Doctor Who, I've got quite a lot on it. And as I say, the originals, that's a Doctor Who I was into. Top one here, John Pertwee. I mean, just like the Cybermen, I don't know if I can find them quickly. My favourite Doctor Who monster creature, baddie, whatever you want to call them, my favourite was always Daleks when I was little. I wasn't one of these children that hid behind the sofa. My big sister did. She used to cover her eyes and go, can I look yet? Can I look yet? And I'd always wait for a really bad bit. Go, yes, look now, it's fine. And she was older than me. So, yeah. Oh, there's the Cybermen as they were. as I say, I don't mind they changed in the more modern things because they explained how they evolved and they're actually quite good. So I don't mind them changing. But my favourite baddie now is the Weeping Angels. Forgive me if you don't watch Doctor Who or know anything about it. These are a new baddie. They weren't something from before, and they're basically stone statues of angels, like in churches and that, and most of them are praying, like cherub angel things. And the thing with them is if you blink or look away, they come nearer you. You don't see them moving, but they're suddenly a bit nearer like this, and they go from all angelic to sort of prowling, then like with a face, and then if you blink again, they're like and being a weeping angel, and then I think they sort of make you turn to stone or crumble or something. I used to watch Doctor Who when I was little. What's your favourite, either Doctor Who or monster baddie thing? What's your favourite one? So yeah, I like the Weeping Angels because it's so simple, and I get fed up with. I know part of the fun of Doctor Who was it was terrible makeup and everything, but I like them. The Weeping Angels look really good. It's so simple and scary. It's scary because the screen blanks out and then you see the next pose, and then the screen blanks out and the next pose, so it's like you're the one blinking. So yeah, that's my favourite now of all time. Oh, this one's been in it recently again. I forget what they call him. Now, he looked basically the same. And also now the modern version of Doctor Who, they're all kind of, all the monsters have invaded the earth, the world, whatever you want to say, all at once. So yeah, Daleks. I have actually done a cardboard flat, like just on a big bit of cardboard, made my own Dalek because I did it in a show and I just had it going along the back of the stage. I've got that on one of my one of my video posts. I've got it on my other channel. By the way, my other channel's in the link below. It's Tranquility to Life's Natural Beauty. So if you haven't found that yet, that channel, then you need to look at that and to see if there's any more pictures, stroke monsters that you might know of. Just very quickly. There's a story. Oh, this is how to build your own full-size proper Dalek. And I said to my dad, will you build it for me? And he never did. It's one you can get inside. It's got all the plans. It's really good. I suppose I should get Mike to do it now for me. There's pages of it. And then there's all the different assistants, Doctor Who assistants. Oh, it's a better one, the Cyberman. It's a better one. There. And there you go. There's John Pertwee. That was my Doctor Who. That was definitely my one. Lavender Deluxe says it's been long ago. There's no remembering the characters. I'm guessing you're a bit younger than me then. I'm just going to say, I'm going to put that out there. There's no way of telling. It's got all the different eras and yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, there's some famous people from English TV that's always appeared on them as well. That looks more like a womble. You won't know what a womble is, I don't think. That looks more like a womble. Some of you know what a womble is. Yeah, so I just thought that was interesting. So as I say, this section I'm just going to do blast from the past and just share with you something like that. Kudos to you for your recollection. I think some of your childhood is point on, isn't it? Right on point. And then there's other bits of your life. Yesterday, you can't remember what we had for dinner. So here's a section I want to call Arts and Crafts part. Now, arts can be many things, and indeed crafts, but particularly arts. But today, I was just doing some clearing out, and I came across, I used to do nail art with no devices or help. I used to literally painstakingly paint little miniature pictures on my nails, all freehand, no stencils, nothing. Can't do that anymore. So I did actually find some stuff sorting it out. I got at some point, there are, you probably can't really see them very well because they're white on white. Oh, that's not too bad. I think you can see that. They're stencils. And then what you do is peel the square off, put it over your thumb or your nail, whatever you want to do, and then paint that on. If you want a base coat, you could do a light colour first on your nails, let it dry, and then you stick this over the top, and you can do stencils that way. That's an easy way. I'll try and do it a bit nearer. I don't know if you can really see because it's white on white. And then what I used to use sometimes for quickness, if I was going out or something and didn't have time, you can get these, they're like water-based, so you can put them on your nails and then soak a bit of water over the top. Oh, that's good. You can see me through there. Hello. So you can use those. I've got a lot of these kind of things. Got a whole box full here. A good use for an old video box, by the way. A videotape box. And then indeed, if you really can't even manage with that, you can actually buy, they're more children based, but actual, I'm trying to find ones for you in there, that you can just pull off and stick on. Now these are okay. I've got some tattoos in there as well. These are okay, but if you're going to use these ones, which I can't find to show you, oh here, these are like what children can use as well. If you're going to use these sort of ones, you literally pull them off and stick them on. If you're going to use those, put some clear nail varnish over the top, because that does actually keep them on. So I use those. And then I was going through my nail varnishes, and I love the colour names of them. So I'll just do a few for you, go through. Oh, it smells of nail varnish. I've opened the box. I don't really like the smell of that. Can you see that? That's lavender lace. Oh, I can't read that. Hold on, excuse me. Cherry cream. Let's put up to the light there behind. Cherry cream. Now these ones I was talking about the other day, they're the brand Spectacular, and you can buy them and they match a lipstick, and they're not expensive. I'm not someone who buys expensive things like this. Nice blue one there. That's called, it will have a name. What's its name? Ah, Blue Lagoon. That's nice. I like ones not sparkly, but have got a little bit of opaque in them. So that's rather nice. That hasn't got a name because it was like a freebie. So pale blue. This one's called Ariel. That's rather nice. Quite like that colour. It's rather good. Lavender says, I remember we used to do that, match our nail colours to lipstick. Well, I still do. Yes. This one hasn't got a name because, again, it was a pack of 4 freebie. Now, I need to actually go through these properly, and you can put a little bit of, you can buy like thinner. Don't put thinners in. You have to buy the proper nail varnish thinners. I know on YouTube people say, oh, just put some nail varnish remover in and shake it up. That's okay for a quick fix, but it will actually destroy if you've got a good nail varnish. It's not the best option. This doesn't have a name. That one's got a little bit of sparkly in there. This one, indigo. You can probably see through. It's actually it's like an ink sort of blue. It's not dark that it looks. The light's through it, you can probably see it. That's rather nice. And I'm someone who likes to do all my nails different colours, just so you know. And we have a day here. Most countries call it April Fool's Day or something similar to that, April the 1st. Ours is a little bit of a different date, but we call it Muck Up Day or Mess Up Day. And that's the day we play jokes and whatever, but you also have to wear crazy colours and do your hair funny and all that as well. This one's called, I can't read that one. No, can't read it. Can't read it, got the light, but I can't read it. That's quite pretty. It's a nice colour. I've got one or two. Let me read this one. This one's called, goodness knows. They're not very well printed, but that's a nice sort of copper sort of colour. Quite like that. You can probably read it. I don't know. Look, can you read that? I don't know. I think I need new glasses. I really do. Can't afford them. I can read what I need to read. Oh, this hasn't got a name. This is one of that freebie ones. It's yellow. As I say, I've got one or two. This is a different brand, so I don't think it has a name. It's rather nice. It doesn't look like too much left in there. As I say, I want to go through them all properly. And in the box I've got them in. It's a shoe box because it fits nicely in my drawer. And I've set them out in colours, but I'm just picking them out here. I'm not an over keen on reds. I'm not a red person. You very rarely see me wear dark red lipstick. It does actually age people. Older women tend to go for red lipstick, but it does actually age your face. So a little bit of advice. Don't wear red lipstick. And also because I was a professional dancer and performer, you always had to wear bright red on stage and blue eyeshadow. Always had to do that. That's not got no, it's a different brand. You always had to do that so that your face popped basically. But then you always had to have stage makeup, full stage makeup, or else you'd look ghosty. This one's one of the brands with the name. Oh, this is big writing. Just Fudge. And Jay, hi Anne. And says, hi Dawn, I'm working, can't stay, maybe I can listen while I'm working till my meeting. That's cool, Anne. Just a hello, either now in the comments. Always makes my day. There. Oh, this one, I like this colour. I quite like blues and purples. That hasn't got a name. That's pretty. That's kind of a nice colour that I would like. This is a green glitter, no name. Different brand. No, this is a different brand, so no colour name. That's kind of similar to that coppery one, but a bit more glitter. Ooh, this is a Halloween one. I wouldn't have bought that for just doing it. Working on this one. That one hasn't got a name. That's kind of similar to the fudge one. Jelly Baby. That's quite a sort of neutrally colour one. It's quite nice. This one's got a name, but it's rubbed off. Something caramel, I think this says. There. That's again quite neutral. Pink sparkly one there. I'm not a pink person. That's sort of 70s, isn't it? Pink, bright pink lipstick, bright pink nail varnish, and baby blue eyes. Oh, is this, no, this isn't a brand with one. So we've got a pale blue. sparkly. Ooh, this one's nice. It's actually green. It looks quite black in there, doesn't it? It's a very dark green, but with sparkly. Again, this one, oh, this is from Avon. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know what Avon is. And again, they started doing nail varnish and lipsticks to match. Okay, I've got room on the desk next to me. And that's the same, that's an Avon one. They're very small though, aren't they? Look, the Avon ones in comparison. That's no name. I thought they would all have names, but they don't. Nearly there. Starlight. That's very pretty. That's a very light bluey creamy colour. Ah, this is one of my favourites. What's this one called? Something, oh, Below Zero. Oh yeah, that's a good name for that one, isn't it? You know, people get paid tons of money to come up with names of ice creams and colours for paint, that kind of thing. Madness, isn't it, really? This one's Pebbles. Oh, that's quite nice. It's actually a grey, but a nice grey. We are really nearly there. That's sort of a peppermint colour. Sort of, I don't know what you'd say, not quite peachy, more of a corally colour. That's silver, a little bit sparkly, and the gold to match, obviously. Probably had to have that something, silver and gold. Oh no, everything's on the floor. Nice little pink one. I'll have to dive down there in a minute because that's what I'm doing next. This one's nice. This is called Morticia. Oh yes, very dark, blacky purple. Possibly that was some Halloween thing. Another pumpkin-y colour, an orange with glitter. I think this is one of my first nail varnishes. Another sparkly. This is another grey one, but it's silver. Silver Cloud. Silver Cloud. Pumpkin. This one is called Pumpkin. Oh no, is it Pumpkin? Yeah, Pumpkin. To me, that is less of pumpkin than any of the other ones. I wouldn't really say that was pumpkin. Mild Smudge. I think they were running out of ideas for names here. Who would know that was Mild Smudge? Sort of sludge, maybe. Not smudge. Oh, I like this one. Oyster Shell. Now, this is one of those, you put it on and the light makes it all different oystery colours. That's really pretty. I like that one. Probably my favourite so far now. Bubble Gum. That was quite common to have that sort of light pinky sort of colour. Last few. The red sparkly. I'm going to have to try and retrieve my stuff off the floor. It's that one. Purple Passion. Purple Passion. A little tiny one there. Probably a freebie or something. Silver. Can you tell I'm concerned how I'm going to get that stuff off the floor? It's not just on the floor. It's my two desks are like this. You're on this desk. And then in this corner where they join is the fan, because we're in summer now, like on a stand. And I can't get in that corner where the desk may. I'm going to burrow in. Peppermint Cream. No name. That's another dark purple, like that Morticia or whatever it was. Berry Berry. quite similar. Little yellow sparkly. But when you do it like this, it's more than you think. Gold sparkly again. And then to finish with 4 more, we've got a sort of yellow gold. Interesting, that one. A yellow, that's a bit dark, that one. Some of these go well, as I say, if you're doing all different colours on different nails. Peach Sunday. And the last one, before I go diving. Oh, that's just like a, no, that would be more coral, I think. So listen to me struggling. Where's it gone? Oh my goodness. 1 second. Entertain yourself. It's not the best thing to do today. Oh, have I just unplugged you? Are you still there? That's the thing with my old computer, that if you slightly knock it or adjust it. Oh, I picked up something else off the floor. That goes down there. And then where's the other bit there? Yes, if you just slightly knock it or anything, the sound goes, or it goes like computers do. Okay, so here's a section I want to call Let's Look at a Book I Took from My Book Nook. Thumbs up if you like my titles. Let's look at a book I took from my book nook. So could be any type of book. It's not what I'm reading at the moment. I like to go to book sales or secondhand bookshops and look at more obscure books, something I won't necessarily buy, but something that grabs my attention. And we don't really have libraries here, they're miles and miles away, so I can't go to those. But when I used to go to libraries, I would go to a library and I would go in like the reference section or that kind of section, rather than just go and get books out to read. I would try and find a different sort of book. So I've got a bookshelf here where I've got what I call my different sorts of books. So not necessarily reference books, but anything a bit more of interest rather than stories. Very catchy titles. So thanks for that. I appreciate more when you comment, when I know you're all busy out there. You're like, oh, I need to type that in. So this book, I don't know if I've shared it before my crafts or not, but it's Your Home in Cross Stitch. Now you probably all know that I do cross stitch. I don't tend to buy books on cross stitch, but I bought this one. You can see the author there if you're interested. I bought this one because it shows you how you can make any home items or anything in your home and cross stitch it. I'm not very good at working things out like that, but I thought it would be good. And it doesn't just show you the concept of how you can figure it all out. It also shows you how you can stitch in cross stitch, but to make different textures or different looks. So I did get this a long time ago. There's no price on it. So you've got all the patterns, and it tells you how you can adapt the patterns for what you have. And it shows you how to make the wallpapers. So you could just use it as a normal cross stitch book and just make the things. But it also gives you different concepts. So it shows you all different styles of lights and how you would change them to be your lights. Mirrors. I think that's patterns for wallpapers, I believe. So it's quite detailed. I've never actually sat and read it. I've picked bits out. Oh, this is nice for all you crafters, if there's not crafters out there, how you can cross stitch and make a blanket, like the blanket effect. I thought that was pretty good. There's like a blind or a curtain. Curtains. I just thought this was so different. Lavender says, my mother taught us how to cross stitch as little girls. Yeah, my nan tried to help me knit and crochet, As I say, I've forgotten how to do a lot of that stuff now. But I wouldn't say they were craft people at all. Oh, by the way, I'm doing reading my nan's autobiography on my other channel, link below to my other channel. I haven't posted the first one, but I've like done the narration for it. I've got pictures of her in the background, and there's a little bit in this first one about cross stitching and not cross stitching, she never cross stitch, knitting. And obviously it's got all the lettering, so if you wanted to do that kind of thing as well. But as I say, it's just really good. I want to show you the garden bit. There's the garden bit. There's toilets, kitchens, clocks, even stained glass on this door. Even stained glass on there. Tablecloth. Oh, it shows you, yeah, how to kind of make things look like they're hanging, and as I say, different textures. It's all cross stitch. Oh, these are the garden bits. How to do like the greenhouses and gazebos and all those kinds of things. I mean, they're just pretty on their own if you want to make those as a cross stitch, as I say. There's a whole garden picture you could do. I mean, that's beautiful on its own, isn't it, without being the cross stitch. And I'm also contemplating, I want to get back to drawing again. And I thought I'll start copying. I could maybe even copy that. And being as it's on a grid, that kind of would help me to get things into perspective, which I'm not any good at perspective anymore. Oh, look, these are sweet. Oh, sorry. So you've got telephone, umbrella in a stand, plant. It's not a huge book. Look, it's not thick. Nothing is in it. It's not thick. But there's a lot in there. Bathrooms. Oh, piano. They've tried to think of everything you might actually have in your home. Even the music sheet. Look at that. Goodness. The sheet music. Wow. That is pretty good. Fireplace. And again, as I say, you could just do these like that. That black cat looks like the one in my garden cross stitch I'm doing, but I didn't get from here. But he's in the same pose, similar. You've got a range cooker. How to do that. What else? As I say, there's a lot of writing in it as well, so it explains how you can do things. As either if you want to do the street. I think it's a beautiful book. That's a good book. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this is more what I was explaining. It sort of tells you how to do things. And it even tells you what colours they've used, like you normally get in a cross stitch pattern. So yeah. Oh, this is quite good. You can even do like your area. I quite like that. That's pretty cool. My area, nothing. Where I live, nothing. My village centre of my village is the spring. There's nothing there, the spring. That's it. There we go. So yeah, I thought you might like to see that. There's more in there. If you want to see more another time, let me know. I'm trying to keep these segments quite short because some people be like, nah, don't want to look at your nail varnishes. So by showing these circles of the segments, if you do play back my live and you don't want that, you can fast forward till you see another circle segment. So I'm being helpful for you. If there's certain segments and you're watching the replay, you can fast forward till you see the next circle. Now this next section I call coffee break. What to watch? Now it might be something I'm putting out, might be something you're putting out. It might be a channel you don't know of that's completely out there. But I'm also looking for something you can watch just a quick 10 minutes, around that time, 5 minutes, just for fun. for a coffee break. So just while you're sitting drinking a coffee, what to watch. And today I thought I would share with you, I've put it in the link below because I'll probably get the title wrong and the link's there. And if you know Shrek, it's worth watching Shrek if you've never seen Shrek. There's a gingerbread man in there. And the gingerbread man, he tells a story. Now, I've forgotten what they call her. It's like Bridezilla type thing. He wants a girlfriend. So the muffin man makes a gingerbread girl, but she's like kind of Frankenstein, that kind of thing. Love Shrek. I think you're my sort of person, Lavender, for luck. I think we seem to have a lot in common. Very catchy titles. So it's kind of this gingerbread girl is made and she's over possessive with him, but you have to say it's just even worth looking at the background because obviously the house is made of different sweets and things like that. There's a lot to look out for in that, and she gets over possessive with him. And as I say, I think it's only 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. I don't think it's that long, and it's a really fun story about how he gets rid of her or not. So check that out. It really is a laugh. As I say, it's in the description below, and these are little things I want to just share with you. I've shared before other animation type things, which I think most people like to look at if it's funny. So that's that section. So for Lavender, another catchy title. You'll like this one. As I say, I have got other titles. They're not all just in this episode, but there's too many. So sometimes you'll see a lot of them again. Sometimes you might see a new one. It'll be a mixture. So this isn't all of them. So I like to call this section, stand by, knacks, hacks, facts and scats. Now, as you can see, it could be gardening, it could be cooking, it can be natural remedies, it could be anything at all. It could be a household hint, it might be DIY, can be anything at all as long as it's knacks, hacks, facts, scats. What will it be today? So today, I can tell you, obviously, you have a Harlequin print blouse. It's actually something I wore in the show to be a Harlequin, and it's actually an all-in-one with legs, and it's like they call it unitard, but it's not. It's jazz pants, so they're flary black legs. See, goes there. It's all joined on. It's all one piece, and it's like black legs. I just thought I'd wear it. Where else am I going to wear it? Oh dear. So yeah, all right. Maybe I'll wear one of my sparkly ones next time. Next Monday. Monday's the fun one. Wednesday's the normal jumper. Yeah, jumpsuit. It's for dancing. It was for dancing. It's lycra. Everything's lycra for dancing. So my hack today is the filters from coffee. You know, the coffee filters. Different ways of using those. So I have 4 tips, different ways of using coffee filters. So first of all, you can clean your mirrors, windows, wine glasses. Just put your hand inside like a mitt and wipe with that. And because the filters are lint free, they don't leave any smears. So any glass or anything like that, just wipe over with the coffee filter over your hand and you'll get rid of any streaks. Oh, I couldn't think of the word. I was going to say something else. I thought, no, I think I'm thinking Shrek still. That's still in my head. So tip 2 for the coffee filters, you can line your flower pots with them. because that way the soil, as you water, it won't go through. You won't lose the soil through any of the holes or air holes in your flower pots. Also, if you've got really expensive china, like plates and things like that, and cups, and you don't like piling them up because they might scratch them, you can lay the filters in between. Or, you're laughing at me, Lavender. I see you. Or you can, if it's cups, you can open it and put them in like that. So that's quite a good tip for my chateau friends, or my friends who have chateaus and they're fine china. If you break a cork in the wine, you can still use the wine. Just pour it through a filter. And that way, you pour it through, that will catch all the loose pieces of cork, and you are not crying because you can't have your wine. And by the way, if you don't know, Dawn does not drink red wine, port, sherry, any of those dark wines. I don't drink beer or those kind of drinks. I do love my alcohol though. I love cream cocktails. They're my favourite. I like brandy, Baileys. Oh, I love Baileys. And good combination is Baileys with brandy with thick cream on top, because I like cream. I've just mentioned it. So that's what we're going to have in that section. Dum, dum. Next section. I call this section, I've been busy. This is what happens when you have a coma and you're recovering. You can't actually do anything or go anywhere. You're just pinned to one area to sit all day. I've been busy, and it's good therapy for me to have been cutting out with scissors because I'm trying to use my hands a lot more. So I call this section To Do New to You. So it's about maybe trying something new. And it could be a craft, it could be playing an instrument, or it might be something else. Really simple and easy. Have a go. So today I did promise I would show you. Oh, I lost it. Oh, it's when it went on the floor. Oh, nearly lost it. Oh, okay. I did promise a magic trick. So on Monday, is it Monday today? Monday today. Oh, it's Monday today. On Wednesday, I did promise I would do a magic trick. So this is new to you. Maybe you could try it. Maybe you've got grandchildren you could show it to, and when they get excited, it's easy enough for them to do as well. So it's a really simple magic trick. I'm not one of these who likes the pretend playing cards where it's got a corner missing and you pretend it's something else. These are just things you can do, and you don't need to buy anything special. So I have set it up because I can't thread at the moment. So, but be assured you have one bit of string or twine, anything like that, and I promise you it is one bit going all the way through. That isn't the trick, but I'm just saying that you have one long bit of twine and you get one straw. Doesn't matter what sort of straw it is, whether it's the plastic type or paper, whatever you want. And then what you do, you get your audience to examine before you thread it the one bit of thread, and then you thread it through the straw, and then the trick will be that you fold the straw in half, you cut the straw in half on the bend, and then you pull out the one bit of string is still in one long piece. I'll show you again. You'd fold it in half, you'd cut the straw in half, and then as you dispose of the two bits of straw, you pull out the string and it still comes out in one piece. So you haven't cut that. So the trick to this, what you do, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but where you're going to fold it in half, you actually make a little tiny slit. Can you see that blue bit of string here? And then what you do is, as you thread it through, you actually make sure that's towards you, and as you're threading it and pulling it this end, you actually catch with your nail here and pull a tiny bit of it out. So that section now, the string is not in the straw, it's very slightly down, but obviously you're holding here, so no one will see that that's down. And then as you fold the straw in half and cut through the straw, you're cutting through the straw, not the bit of string that's down. Obviously you make sure you can't see that it's down, so you're cutting the straw in half, but the string has just come down a tiny bit down from the hole behind my finger. And then as you cut the straw, you've still got one piece of string. I hope I explained that without being able to show you very well, but that is a really simple trick to do. So have a go at that. As I say, if you've got grandchildren or children or a husband or wife, you just want to show it. It's a cool party trick, and it's something you could do most places. Okay, I think we've got one more section for today, and then we'll have a bit of a chit chat. So I call this section Inspiration and Creation. Isn't that pretty? So it can be inspiration from nature, or from each other, or from art, or just looking up at the sky, or crafts, anything you like. And creation, whatever you believe, or feel, or think, or craft. So inspiration and creation. And today I've put in the link below a video I made on my other channel, and it's making a Bohemian hat from paper. But that is also how I make these paper baskets. So if you want to see how to make this, go on the link below, and it says make it catchy. Thanks, Lavender. And it's how to make the start of this, because as you see, this could be the start of a hat. Yes. And this is just old paper, and what you do, you get long strips. It could be newspaper, it can be card, but thin card, it could be old magazines, it can be anything at all. I've used material for the hat as well, and you just get a long strip, maybe about this wide, not very wide, long as you like, and then fold it over a few times so you've got a thinner strip, but it's a bit more sturdy. You want to glue it all in. Start with a little circle and go round, 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 and just keep gluing it now and then. It will hold itself. And you go round and round. Now afterwards you can paint them and decorate them. This is a rather big one. You can make whatever shapes you want, whatever sizes you want. But I like to leave, oh, you can see, look, inside I've used different colour paper. So you can make different effects. And then as you build up the side, this one's a bit squished because I've shoved it in a drawer, you actually start to come out a little bit more with each layer. It's better to see from the inside. So as you start to build up the edge, you just come outside of it a little bit more, not completely, because you want to overlap as you come up. And you can make different shapes. I've made all different shapes bowls. You could go out and in again if you want to make a vase type. These paper guys, don't put water in it, or put pot plants in. You can use them for all sorts of bits and bobs. But as I say, I like to leave them as the paper. I think they give a really nice effect like that. So as I say, I've got a link below that says something about making a Bohemian hat, but it's the concept, because I never actually made a video of this and I don't really have spare paper anymore. And the reason I'm showing you those as well is some time ago I did say, I think in a live, that someone gave me this really pretty ropey stuff. There's not a great deal of it, but they thought maybe as it's quite pretty, I might think something to do with it. No, it's native to Dawn. It's native to Dawn. It's just I came up with it. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but I had so much old newspaper. And I was like, probably someone else has done it before, I don't know. So I thought maybe I could do it with this. Now, I didn't know whether to use like the single thread of it or do the whole lot of it as one. But I can show you now the concept. So forget the tail end. You'd start there because that's the tail gone now. And you just literally wind. Ooh, that's popped out. It's the tail. You just keep winding round, round. As I say, glue it. Now, if you use something like this ropey or something like that, you're going to have to stick a stitch through. You just round. Now, if let's say you've gone round lots, if you want to start coming up a bit, then obviously just go a little bit higher to carry on going around. As I say, if you're using rope or something like that, you're gonna have to stitch it. It's not going to hold. Interesting way to recycle. Oh, it's what I'm all about. I like to see an object, not just go, oh, a toilet roll while making into a sink growing pot. I like to look at something and make it into something completely different. And my husband Mike's really good at that as well on his channel. I was saying the other day, he's got one of those big cheese containers. It's like plastic, like a big container. And it's got a screw lid with a little handle, and that's how they keep the cheese here in the liquid. And he's made a lamp out of it and other things. If you're interested in his channel, it's Olive Farm Retreat Cyprus. Let me just type that in. Have I got this up to type in? Did I call you up? Olive Farm Retreat Cyprus. This is how we spell Cyprus in Cyprus. We are not like the tree. We're not Cypress. We are Cyprus. Cyprus. Oh, I might have post it. Did I post it? Yes, I did. Yes, so that's why I thought I'd share that, because that might be something I can do. And then I've just started cross stitching again now because my hand's not been very good to hold the needle for too long where it seizes up. So I thought, well, this will help me get back into that a little bit as well. So do you like the new segments? Which was your favourite segment? Thanks for the correction. I'm just saying, it's like a lot of people. I don't know what country you're from, Lavender. You have a koala, which confuses me. It might just be that you're like koalas. It might be you're from Oz, but I've got a feeling you're not. A lot of Americans say that Cyprus, although spelled how you spell it or others spell it, there are two Cypruses in America. And when I go on channels like today, when I was on Blacks, I think she got a bit confused where I said, oh, I'd have to cross a lot of water or something to get there. And a lot of Americans assume I am one of those Cypruses. And I'll put, no, we have to cross big seas, US, right? Yeah, so I don't think she quite got it first. And that's why a lot of you guys or other people spell it like the tree, because that's what you know, that's how you see it spelled. We're actually, I can't type it in for you because I can't change the chat to Greek, but this is how you would say it in Greek. But this isn't we have Greek letters. That is how we say it in Greek. We say Kypros. And the confusing thing about Greek, for anyone who doesn't know, what is a letter P, like that? We have that letter in our alphabet, but that's not our letter P. Our letter P is pi, like the mathematical sign with the 2 lines down and the 1 across the top. That's our letter P. The letter P there, that is our letter R, which is roll or row. That is, so things are quite different here. This letter here, which you would say is Y, that is our gamma. As you probably know, anyone who does maths or science, gamma, which is like the 3rd letter of the Greek alphabet. So it's pretty confusing to change things. And we have 2 letter S's, as in it's not like our vowels where we have several vowels. Our letter S is 1 letter S. You use it, S is S all the time. But if it's in the middle of the word, you write it differently to how you write the letter S if it's the end of the word. It's written differently. I can't show you that. But yeah, so how you would write S is sigma, and that's how we write it in the middle of the word. But it's still sigma, but if you write it at the end of the word, it changes how you draw it. It's like a letter C with a little tail almost. And then my grammar's very difficult because you would ask a question. No, not that song, not that. Try and put it there. When you ask a question, you put question mark at the end of a question. In Greek, when we ask a question, this is what we put for a question mark. Oh, semicolon to you. And do you know what? I can't get out the habit now of doing semicolon when I write a question. It's like when I'm writing my jokes out and I put, what do you call a, whatever the joke is, and I do a semicolon. It's quicker, it's easier than doing a question mark. Yeah, we've got all sorts of things. And in case you're wondering what is our semicolon, it's a dot at the top. Yeah. So it's not just a case of I've done all my Greek exams to translator level, including translator level. And it's not a case of just learning the language. There's all sorts of things going on. It's really confusing. Oh my. Yeah, we have weird things. Our letter A, alpha, same. Yeah, it's just interesting. This is wonderful. I've actually, on this channel, I've done a series of Greek starting from the beginning. So anyone who wants to learn Greek, there is a playlist. Not sure what I've called the playlist. Probably Learn Greek or something. Let's look at my playlist name. Study, planning and learning tips, because it was just going to be that in any respect, and then learn Greek language. So study is the word you want to look up. It's in that, but I'm sure if you run down the playlist, you'll find that anyway. I do have to keep a list of what my playlists are called. A lot of people don't look at playlists, but when you've got a channel that's quite diverse like mine, if you only want the gardening, that's what you want to watch. If you only want to watch the wild animals, then that kind of thing. So I do create the playlist. Let me tell you what I've got for playlists. Relocating to Cyprus and renovations. That's a good place to start. Mostly the first videos, it shows the inside of my house, which I don't show very often. I've got no need. But you can see the inside of the house and what we did. A big section, I really should filter that out a little bit, but then people might not see what they're looking for, is our fruit, veg, trees and other produce. That's quite a big one. Seasonal holidays, festivals, traditions, customs. So if you're interested in Cyprus, what the holidays are and how we celebrate them, and why our Easter is after everyone else's Easter. The study planning, learning tips, learning Greek language. Out and about in Cyprus. So if you want to get away from my homestead and you want to see other parts of Cyprus, don't think I've done one on capital yet, and I've got footage and photos of that. I need to get that up there to show our capital. There is big business and big skyscrapers and that kind of thing around Cyprus. Limassol is my nearest town, which is about an hour away, so that's the nearest town. It's a holiday place as well. Yeah, so that. I've got a playlist called All About Me, which is chats and general blogging. So if you like this kind of thing, but it's me talk about specific things. I think I talk about Airbnb and work away and chit chat. Maybe Q&As are on there. Some Q&A videos. Our Airbnb, about that. I've got to do an update on that soon because we're opening more, but we've stopped doing the one actually in our house because of obviously situations. I've got a playlist, nature, creatures and all animals. I've got a playlist on our go get funding build. I've got a playlist, the full growing cycles of produce, vegetables and fruit. So if you're growing things but you want to see the whole thing from sowing the seeds to how to cut it and collect more seeds, there's that. Quick, simple recipes with homegrown produce. Bugs and insects, friend or foe. So if you want to know how to get rid of certain bugs and that, there's that. General gardening and gardening tips. Anything about my Patreon, and you get to stay here for free, is one of the gifts for some tiers of Patreon, so you can look at that. Rural, off-grid and frugal homestead living in Cyprus. So that's down to the nitty-gritty of recycling, salvaging, what we've salvaged, how we live for nothing, and I do mean how we live for nothing, that kind of thing. So if you really look at proper off-grid, frugal, that's where to go. Raised growing beds, all about those, how we built them for nothing. Rural mountainside walks, so that shows you where I live. That's all around this area and what is around this area. It's pretty cool. Project Morph, which is how I promote your channel, if you want me to promote your channel. Indoor greenhouse seed cultivation series, so it's how I grow indoors and how I start and early germinate things. Unboxing and channel shout out, so that's when people have sent me things. Rural mountainside walks, I said that one. My crafts and hobbies and my dolls' houses, that. And the last project one is derelict, abandoned donkey stable, rebuild and repurpose, which I've called my PayPal project. So I hope there's something there for you. We will be doing, as I said, other sections and segments, including, you'll like this one, Lavender, sow, grow, mow and ho ho ho. There's that. And as I say, it's all Greek to me, so that could be talking about the language or talking more about Cyprus and explaining that we speak Cypriot here. Greek is our second language in Cyprus. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you're watching this afterwards. And as I say, if you're not into a section, when you see the next circle up, then you can fast forward and go on to that section. So join me next week, same time, same place, where you can see your favourite events and maybe some new ones too. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like what you've seen. Don't forget to share this with your friends and community. And make sure you also check in on Wednesday for the normal lives. And goodbye, all you awesome folk. Be seeing you.